This is Dr. Paz, and welcome to our live Zoom meeting for our session today. So I'm going to share my screen so you don't have to see me so large. And then basically what I wanted to do is go over our preview week and go over our course a little bit and our syllabus. So hopefully you've had a chance to review some of that. But basically, before I do that, I just want to go into our preview week and stress to please introduce yourself right here. And let me just highlight that. So right here in the introduce yourself introduction, please make sure that you go ahead and do introduce yourself, because that serves as attendance for the first week. So we want to make sure that you are actually doing that. So that would be spectacular if you can go ahead and do that. And I look forward to meeting every one of you, at least virtually, through our discussion forum. So please make sure you do that by Sunday to not be counted late. As you are probably very well aware, you have to participate every week. And so preview week is no different. And in doing so, you have to make sure that you are participating, because you can only have 2 absences. So, and an absence is you basically haven't participated in anything throughout the week. So if you submit assignments or if you submit to the discussion forum, then that counts as participation. So please be sure you get a chance to do that. So now let's go to the topic at hand and review our syllabus. So I am actually going to hit print view because I find this to be quite easier to do. And then as you can see, here's all of my information, and basically you can schedule appointments right directly on my website, and we'll give that a second to come up. And then you'll see here, I also have my own Zoom link, so I may send you that. But the easiest way to schedule an appointment, if you need to, is right here under office hours, and you just click book an appointment. And then when you do, you'll get to see my calendar. And so, for example, let's go to tomorrow. I have afternoon slots available if you needed to see me. So then all you would have to do is just click on a slot and then click next. And then please do give me your first name and last name. And so here, make sure, actually, let me go ahead and do this. So here, enter your first, oops, wait, oh, come on. Let's see, is this gonna work? I don't know why it's not gonna work for me. So let's see. So anyway, right here, you wanna enter your first name and your last name. Please use your point email address here. Let me see if it'll let me do that. Here we go, point email address. That would be great. And then include your phone number, and here add a message, whatever you might need help with. So try to be specific and tell me what you do need help on or why we're meeting. And in our case, we could meet via Zoom or telephone. Obviously, we can't meet in the office because of COVID-19, but also I am located in Pittsburgh, so I am not in Georgia. So that would be a tad bit on the difficult side to do that. So once you've completed those options, you can also scroll down and you can add any other questions. And once you do all of that, you will click book it, and then you'll receive a Zoom link once you've booked this service. So I have now Zoom linked with my account, and you will see that as well. So it should go onto your calendar, and then if not, I invite you just to confirm it, and then that's how we would meet. And then what you might see here is basically, here's just a nice little, way to learn about me. So here you'll see a little bit about me. Here's a printable bio that you can open, and you can see kind of who I am and my research interests and where I've worked and my educational background and all that great stuff. And this is my cell phone number, so you are absolutely, you can always text me. It's a Google Voice number, so I will get your text and I will get it via email. You can see, if I reduce this a bit, you can see I'm a CFF. As you can see here, I have 4 active certifications. I also have a digital mindset badge and just a whole bunch of classes that I teach. So our class is new, and so I don't have it set up here yet. Let's go back up here. I should probably close so many of these things because they are just, I have so many items open. And so in our courses, you won't see that yet because I have to kind of develop that for my webpage. But if you do see anything else, you can click on anything like Access Course, and you will see that there's a bunch of lessons and you can access the lesson. Everything is free. So if you want to learn about cybersecurity or forensic accounting, I try to put everything out there that I have and I know. So I try to make everything just accessible on my website. And then I have my publications. And then the other piece that you might find helpful is right here under videos. So I'd say appointments and videos are where students so if you just access my YouTube channel, you'll see I have a bunch of videos out there, and I have them organized by playlist. So you'll see here's accounting information systems, forensic accounting, auditing, advanced auditing, financial and managerial accounting, intermediate accounting, and corporate finance. And then I'm actually working on more videos for our course as well. So, and then if you go back, I would say the next thing is if you go to resources and links, then I do have several resources that are available for that most accounting majors should know. And the ones that you would probably want to know the best is right here under the GAO. And so that's one of the terms that will, and then one of the main sites that we will have. And then here's just a nice list and links of accounting websites. If you click that, you'll just see all types of accounting websites, and it's really helpful. And so I've had students like really tell me that this is a wonderful way for students, and like a good thing. And here is our Governmental Accounting Standards Board. So this would be another site that you will probably be using in our course. So again, that's under resources and links at the top here under more. And then under blog, I do try to do blog posts regularly. So once this loads, I don't know why it's taking so long, sorry about that. But once this loads, you'll see I do a lot. I was a panelist on several sessions, so I put that out here. I write articles, and then anything that I do, and then you'll see I try to kind of keep it out here. So feel free to sign up. If you scroll down at the bottom, you can subscribe to my page, and then at the home page, and then everything is free. So just feel free to come out here and look at what you need. But if you do need me, appointments is right here, and then under more, just click resources and links, and that should hopefully, those would probably be the main areas. And we're both on Eastern Standard Time for most of us, so we're in the same time zone. So that makes life so much easier. Okay, so back over here. Ooh, what happened? Let's go see where did that, oh, here we go. Here's my loveliness. All right. So this is our textbook. We're doing Governmental and Nonprofit Accounting, Theory and Practice from Pearson. So make sure you do get our textbook before the first week of class. I will say you can read through all of this information. And now this is where the crux of everything is, right? So we start off with chapters 1 and 2, and then you'll see we have the week 1 videos and the chapters, and then we typically have a discussion forum. And as you can see here, our discussion forum, the initial post is due on Friday. So please try to submit your posts timely. I cannot accept discussion posts late, but I can accept assignments late up until 4 days late. And you have that grace period the first day. So we'll talk about that a little bit more. And then you see that you have to have your response to your peers on day 7. Then we have a case study, which is the State of California funds identification, and then that is due on Saturday. And then we have a quiz and the exercises and problems that are due on Sunday. And we'll go over each of the weeks, but they're pretty much the same. So you see in week 2, we move on to chapter 3, which is budgetary accounting, and chapter 4, which is the general and special funds. And the item about accounting is that there's proprietary and fiduciary. So there's 3 types of funds, right? And the general fund is like the operating fund. And so it's completely different type of accounting. So several students, but this is important because this is definitely part of the CPA exam. It is part of the BEC section. So, so this is definitely something that if you aspire to be a CPA, this will be helpful. But the general and the special revenue funds, then again, we have videos. We also have a discussion forum where we're talking about expenditures versus expenses. Expenditures are what we use. We use a procurement type funds, and we have to procure the funds for governmental agencies, where in expenses, we can just like accrue them, or we can actually issue a PO. So it's a little bit different with some governmental agencies. And again, we have an initial post due Friday of that week with Sunday your peer. And then here, instead of having just a case, we have an integrated case study where we're talking about a governmental agency and we're doing their year-end financials, which is known as the CAFRs, the Comprehensive Annual Financial Report. And so you'll see several parts of this integrated case. And then we also have some problems that we need to do. And then moving on to week 3, we have now chapters 5 and 6, where we're talking about revenue accounting for governmental funds, and we are talking about expenditure accounting for those governmental funds. So now we're focusing on a one of the type of funds. So we're doing governmental funds in this case, and you'll see we have 3 different types typically. And then we have our discussion forum where we're talking about amortized value versus fair value, not to be confused with market value, because that's what we do in financial accounting, but we'll learn all about that. And then here we have another, our second case study, which is about OPED and claims against the New York City, also due on Saturday. And then we have our quizzes for chapters 5, 6, and 7 in this case, because I forgot about the capital projects fund. So we have that slipped in there. That third chapter just slipped in there and I completely forgot about it. So don't forget to look at that, our chapter 7. And then we have our quiz, and then we have our problem. So you see there's a pattern here. And that's pretty much what we're doing every week. So we move on to week 4, where we're talking about chapters 8, 9, and 10. So weeks 3 and 4, we have 3 chapters, and then it seems, and so just be careful, that's a little heavier load for those weeks. And so in week 4, we're talking about debt service funds. So now we move from governmental funds to debt service funds. And then we're talking about general capital assets and general long-term liabilities. And then we're talking about enterprise funds. So now we have general funds, we have enterprise funds, and then we have governmental funds. So you see, you're going to learn all about these funds and how a government actually has to account for things. And it's a tad bit different than our financial reporting. So we continue with our discussion forum. This time we're talking about intangible assets, and then we move into our integrated case. So then we're going back, and so now we're going to do an overview and evaluation of our CAFR in this case, and then another quiz and problems. And for week 5, we're in the home stretch, right? We're getting so close. We've now passed the halfway point. So we're going to look at chapters 11 and 12, where we're talking about internal service funds and then trust and agency funds. And then we're going to have an internal service funds advantages discussion. And again, due on Friday, the initial post, and by Sunday, your response post. We're going on to our third case, where we're going to do fiduciary funds financial statements, how you're going to prepare one for the city of Wilmington, Delaware. And then we're going to have our quiz and our exercises and problems from the chapter. And now we can see the light at the end of the tunnel here. So we have our week 6, 2 more chapters, financial reporting, one of my favorites, and then we have chapter 17, accounting for colleges and universities. So week 6 is one of my favorite weeks because it's definitely what I tend to like more. But then we have our endowment reporting that most universities and colleges have to do. So this would be kind of very interesting, I think, for most students. And then we have our integrative case 3, where we're looking at our CAFRs now, but looking at our financial statements and profit examples. And again, our quizzes and our exercises and problems. And then lastly, we have our week 7. So it'll be here before you know it. And now we're going to discuss chapter 18, which is accounting for healthcare organizations, and 19, which is federal government accounting. So it adds another little twist in there for us. And our discussion forum is where we're going to discuss governmental and non-governmental healthcare accounting. So, and then we're going to have our final case study 4, which is the current federal government financial overview. And then we're going to have our quiz, and lastly, our exercises and problems. So then, as you can see, we're going to have 7 discussion forums, each worth 30 points. We are going to have 4 of our case studies at 60 points and 3 integrated case studies at the same 60 points. And then we have 7 quizzes, which are only 15 points. And then our 7 weeks problems, which is 68 problems at 3 points each. And then those problems will vary each week. So we have a total of 939 points for the class, and you see our grading scale. And so basically, as I noted earlier, you definitely want to make sure there's only 2 unexcused absences. I will be reporting attendance every Monday. So make sure that you at least participate 1 time during the week, even if it is on Sunday. It doesn't matter, at least you can still count as participating. And then you can look at all of the other policies and all that great stuff. So what I want to do here is just show you that our assignments will all be, and then you do have there, all the due dates are here for you. And then so you'll see we have our case studies, our exercises and problems, and then you have 4 days of late period. So for example, if the assignment is due Sunday, let's just use that since typically we have 2 assignments due Sunday, the quizzes and the exercises and problems, then that Sunday, Monday is a free day, if you will. So if you turn it in Monday, there is no late penalty. But if you turn it in Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday, then there is a 10% late penalty each day. So that can be quite voluminous. So please, please be sure that you are trying to turn in your assignments timely, or at least within that 1 day time period. That would be smashing, because there is no late period there. Now, if you notice, certain of the case studies, those are due on Saturday. So that means Sunday would be your late day, like your free day, if you will, with no late penalty. And then you would only have until Wednesday to turn that in. And so I want to make sure that you do that. You should be able to turn everything in here in our Sakai classroom, and everything is set to accept up until that late period. But if you have any problems, don't hesitate to email me, because, you know, everybody makes mistakes. And if you do see a mistake, just let me know and I'll be happy to correct it. So you'll see that's all of our assignments. And then when you go under test and quizzes, you will see, if I can, because all these drafts, so you'll see right here all your tests and quizzes, and so you'll see those coming along as well. And so you'll do those. And so basically, hopefully everything works nicely. I know I had to make some corrections, so I'll do that here as well. But you'll see there's videos, and there's your PowerPoints, and then this will be, we'll be able to see your quizzes and your topic and your exercises and problems each week. And so hopefully, oh, I'll have to fix that video I didn't realize that wasn't working, so we'll go figure that out too. But anyhow, so that way we can do all of that and get it all set up for you and make sure that everything is working. But I just wanted to let you know, so your first order of business is, please do introduce yourself. I know some of you have done that already, and I greatly appreciate that, and I look forward to learning all about you. But if you have any questions, don't hesitate to email me. I'm here to help. And if you need one-on-one time, do let me know, and we can always schedule, and you can go directly to my calendar and schedule any time frame that you see. Typically, I have Tuesday nights and some Sunday nights available, but I am available mostly during the day. So I basically work from home, as probably so many of you are doing the same. So if you need some time slots, I will be happy to make them available for you. So for this week, just go ahead and take a look at the syllabus, and please be sure to go into our preview week so you are counted here, and make sure you introduce yourself. All right? And I hope this was helpful. I'm going to stop sharing my screen, and as soon as this video is available, I will go ahead and upload that to our class. So it was very nice to, hopefully at least everybody can put a name with a face, even though you have probably seen my face all over my website. But hope everyone has a great rest of the week. And if you have any questions, just don't hesitate to reach out. Good to see you. Good to hopefully see everybody soon in our discussion forums. Have a great night.